The hot button topic, one of the hot button topics in Washington, D.C. now, reparations. Will there finally be reparations paid for slavery? You know that there was a hearing on the Hill, was it last week or the week before?
I think last week.
Where there was the discussion now is about whether or not to form a commission that will study the how reparations would be paid,
how it would be done,
how much would be paid.
Yeah.
Yes, Cory Booker was the senator spoke during that hearing, and you saw that Danny Glover was there. Got pretty heated also because Senator Mitch McConnell has basically said there's no need for this, no need whatsoever. Well, TMZ Sports got to Charles Barkley and asked him. You know, Charles Barkley never holds back. Anything that's on Charles's mind, he will let you know. And he does have some feelings about, actually kind of mixed emotions, it sounds, about reparations.
Reparations.
It's a very serious subject, and I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer.
So it can go either way.
It can go either way, because I don't know how you would do that, actually.
Right? It's just too many people.
Well, too many people. I don't know who would get them, who would not get it.
Should we start with an official apology from the government?
Well, the government should apologize, but that has nothing to do with reparations, and I just don't know how you would do that.
Yeah. I think there actually haven't there been there's been an official apology from the government, right?
Yeah, I think
under
it
Obama,
was
wasn't it?
2008, 2009, or something like that was an official apology. Think about that. Think about how long it took.
That it took just to get the
for
apology.
the government to have an official apology. So I think that what Charles Barkley is saying when he says that there's not a right or a wrong answer, obviously I do think that there's a wrong answer. I think that the wrong answer would be to do nothing. The U.S. government to do nothing to acknowledge the sacrifice that the African descendants of slaves made for this country. And the best way to do that is to acknowledge it with some form of reparations.
Now, and then the question, what?
The part I don't understand is why is there so much debate about whether or not to form the commission?
Commission would
form a commission for
HR 40 is to decide how it's best done.
Form a commission.
And I think also,
but there are, like, the Mitch McConnell side of it is that they don't want to go down the road, so that's why they would block it.
No, I mean, not wanting to go down the road is saying that you don't think it's a worthy cause.
No, I think that's the Mitch McConnell side, right?
But if you form a commission, you think that just because you form the commission, that is saying that you are absolutely going to do something?
No, but I think forming the commission means you're certainly open to try to figure out if there's a formula or some way of doing it. But then you got the Mitch McConnell side, which is saying that we don't think it's appropriate to do.
Well, listen, the Mitch McConnell side and saying that it's not appropriate to do, that's something that, to me, is largely political and cultural. If you don't think, given the history of what's happened here in the United States, that the descendants of these people that were tortured so that this country could be as great as what it was, if you don't think that they deserve anything, well, I'd have to have a separate argument with you. As far as how, that's something different. As far as what Charles Barkley is saying, and I have a lot of respect for Charles Barkley, Black Americans have to be unafraid to ask America to pay up for what happened. And I think part of what's going on with Charles is that in the past, it felt in a way belittling or something like that for us to say, yeah, we deserve this, pay up. I think we have to be brave enough to do that.
Hi, this is Pete from Wiley, Texas. I like Charles Barkley, because he always says, like you guys say, he speaks his mind. But to see him like this, where he's looks like he's on the fence, I mean, it is a touchy situation. It's just something that, we got to keep an eye on and just see what happens with this, because I think you could make arguments for both sides, but let's just see what happens.
You're right, it did feel like Charles was walking a line.
The first time afraid to make somebody mad.
Yeah.
And he might be.
Or he might not know. He legitimately might not know. I don't know.